Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to discuss a little bit of Detroit automotive history. Now, Horace Elgin Dodge was born May 17th of 1868, and his brother John was born October 25th of 1864. Now, their father owned a foundry and machine shop, and they grew up poor, spending most of their time puttering around their father's foundry and machine shop, and it provided a living but little else. There's stories of the kids going to school, of course, without any shoes or things like that, so they didn't come from much means, but they learned quite a bit in that machine shop. And the two brothers, they were really inseparable as children and adults. And in 1886, they moved to Detroit and took jobs at a Boilermaker plant. Now, both brothers had traits that would complement each other later in life as business partners. John was the managerial sales type, and Horace was very mechanically gifted. And in 1897, Horace invented a dirt-proof ball bearing for bicycles. Now, John arranged for them to join a third-party investor in the manufacture of bicycles, and a few years later, they sold the business and used the proceeds to open their own machine shop in Detroit. Now, in their first year of business, they began to manufacture parts for the auto industry. And in 1902, they won a contract to build transmissions for the Olds Motor Vehicle Company. And in 1903, they turned down a second contract with Olds to start building engines for Henry Ford. Now, John, he was the vice president of Ford for 10 years. And in 1913, he left Ford to devote all of his energies to producing Dodge autos. And the Dodge brothers ended up producing trucks, ambulances, and other vehicles for the U.S. military for World War I. In fact, they impressed General Pershing so much with their vehicles in his campaign in Mexico that that's one of the main reasons that they ended up producing so much for the U.S. military in World War I. Now, by 1917, they produced their first commercial automobile. Now, the brothers were a little bit on the unrefined edge of things, so to speak. The well-heeled in Detroit did not look too fondly upon the two brothers. They had a tendency to be a little on the crude side and a little aggressive. And in 1911, John and a friend insulted and beat a handicapped attorney in a brawl at Schneider's Bar in Detroit. Now, after this incident, John's reputation never really recovered, and so they were not looked upon favorably after that. But they became very wealthy. They were bought out, I think it was 1917, 18 for 25, 27 million from Ford. So they had a lot of nice toys, yachts, mansions, and so forth and so on. And probably a little too much access to libations. But anyway, the reason you're looking at this nice example of a Colt government model here on the bench today, it's just gone through a nice thorough cleaning, is this pistol was owned by Horace Dodge. And this pistol was purchased for the collection with a box, and actually there's a spent bullet for it. I don't happen to have it here. But anyway, this pistol was taken by Horace Dodge's attorney after he tried to shoot his wife with it, and he missed, fortunately, or there would be a different chapter to the ending of this story. But just goes to show you, sometimes it doesn't matter how wealthy you are, maybe you shouldn't own a gun. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in and watching. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and have a great day.